Two people can earn the same salary, live in the same city, and still end up with completely different financial lives. Not because of intelligence, not because of opportunity, but because of something far less obvious. Their environment. And most people underestimate this completely. Because environment does not feel like pressure. It just feels normal. You may not even notice it happening. You are not trying to change your lifestyle. You are simply adapting. And that is where everything begins to shift. Let me show you what I mean. I once spoke to someone who moved cities for work. Same salary. Same role. Nothing changed on paper. But within a year, his entire financial behavior had changed. He started spending more, upgrading more often, living slightly differently. Not dramatically, just subtly, consistently. And when we looked closer, nothing about his decisions felt irrational. Everything felt reasonable. Because everything around him had changed. Different expectations. Different standards. Different normal. And this is what I call environmental drift. Your behavior slowly adjusts to match your surroundings. Not through force, but through exposure. And over time, that drift compounds. Now here is the part that changes everything. You do not rise to your goals. You fall to your environment. If your environment encourages spending, you will spend more. If your environment encourages investing, you will invest more. Not because you lack discipline, but because behavior follows context. At first, it looks like progress. Better lifestyle. More comfort. More convenience. But structurally, something else is happening. Flexibility is quietly disappearing. And most people do not notice. Until much later. Pause for a moment. Look at your current environment. The people you speak to regularly. The conversations you have. The standards around you. Is that environment moving you closer to financial freedom, or quietly pulling you away from it. Because environment does not just shape behavior, it shapes identity. And identity determines what you repeat. If everyone around you lives a certain way, that way becomes your baseline, even if it limits your future. Now here is the shift that changes everything. Financial control does not begin with discipline. It begins with awareness. Because once you see your environment clearly, you begin to design it. You choose what you expose yourself to. You choose what becomes normal. You choose the standards shaping your behavior. And that is where real control begins. Not by forcing better decisions, but by changing the system that creates them. So the real question is not, how can I make better financial decisions? The better question is, what environment is making my decisions for me? Because once that becomes visible, everything begins to change. If this perspective resonated with you, comment the word environment. It signals that you are beginning to see what is shaping your future. And if you want to go deeper into this series, consider subscribing. Because in the next video, we will explore something even more personal. How your daily habits quietly lock in your financial identity. And once you understand that, you begin to redesign your life from the inside out.